students are gone, but you are still here. And we know how you feel because you are done. But you have so much work to do to get ready for tomorrow. Good afternoon, podcast listeners everywhere. Welcome to After the Bell, a Stunt Brothers production. A podcast that gets inside the life of a teacher and provides a wellness guide for being prepared to take on this most challenging of professions. I'm Martin Stuvel.
And I'm Roy Hunt. And we share your pain, having taught a combined 70 years. The guarantee of this podcast is to make you laugh, make you think, and give you at least one little nugget that you can use in the classroom. So get out your marking, organize your supplies, or just pour yourself a coffee.
I want something stronger.
And listen, engage, and interact with After the Bell, a podcast for you, the hard-working, dedicated teacher who wants free lesson plans, free advice, and a free meal.
Okay, Roy, but I'm not paying for anything more than McDonald's. Are you here? Because we're recording.
Okay, I'm here, and
well, that's good.
I'm in the box. It's a little chilly today.
It's getting snow on
Snow
the mountains.
on the mountains.
Yeah.
Yes, it's pretty cool.
Winter is coming.
Cool. I guess cool, and it is cool, and it is cool.
Yeah.
So
episode 44.
Cool. Wow. That's a lot of episodes.
It is.
And this is season 2, episode 14.
That's right.
Yeah.
Moving along. I tell you.
I know.
And you got well, I was going to say, and you got your headphones, but those aren't the headphones.
Those aren't my headphones.
Yeah. You thought about maybe making a drinking game out of it. Like every time that you forget.
Our listeners are going to be concerned about it.
Yeah.
Every time they want to solve a problem, they bring up alcohol.
There's another drinking game involved. But you're encouraging me to look forward to you forgetting your headphones because I think there's a beer in it for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then as I was thinking about things that I could pick out about you, I know that probably when I'm thinking about it, you would just say, well, there's nothing you could find fault with.
I'm perfect.
Yeah. You just handle that delusion as much as you can. I imagine there's people out there, family members, that might be able to point out some things that you
they're laughing
might have a problem with.
Yeah. Okay. You're right.
Do you want me to do a deep dive?
No, let's leave that one. I've been doing a deep dive, though.
Oh, you
I've
have?
been digitizing. You know, we had Ev on last week, who was a former student, and I've been here at the library where you can use their services to digitize VHS tapes. I found old tape recordings of myself putting on a Star Wars play when I was in grade 7, my squeaky little voice with my friend Sam. It was quite amusing. But I've been putting stuff. My brain is really into the 90s. Right, because I've been watching when I took my class to the Hyatt Hotel, where we actually had a day where we got to pretend we were working for all the different parts of the hotel. It was a great day they did for the grade 5s. And they actually did – there's a news segment. BCTV, did a whole news segment on it. But then I got into the tape, and I had mentioned earlier one of the first movies I made with my class was called The Vancouver Secret. Ooh. Vancouver Secret. And I had these kids do
That's a really captivating title.
It is. I think so.
Vancouver Secret.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a great film for the time. It was the 90s, you know. We didn't have CGI yet those days.
Okay. No green screen.
No. So we filmed things on location, and this is how times have changed. I actually got some ed leadership time, which is just time that schools have to do things that will benefit the whole school. So
did this benefit the whole school?
The principal decided it did. It did. We had a film festival, and I borrowed a teacher's car for one of this ed leadership days. And 2 students and we went to the Vancouver airport and filmed a scene. This is like guerrilla filming, right? When you don't actually have permission to film,
right?
You just show up and film. So here I am. I'm 25 years old. These 2 grade 6 kids, right? 10, 11 years old, dressed in trench coats, sunglasses, fedora hats. And we're at the old Vancouver airport, which was kind of funny because when I saw the film, you were like, oh, that's not how it looks today.
Okay.
But we're walking through the airport. I'm filming them going up the escalator. They're kind of hiding, watching each other. It was all just part of a major plot twist point of Vancouver Secret. And no one's batting an eye. I can see everyone, like no security came to me. No one said a thing. Only one woman, we go up the escalator and I can see her head kind of turns. This short adult in her mind is wearing this big trench coat and fedora and sunglasses, and something tweaks in her that this doesn't seem quite right, but we pulled it off. Thank you for secret.
There you go.
Maybe we'll stream on Netflix.
Netflix will stream anything. So there you go.
Well, I got lots more where that comes from.
I believe you do.
I'll be back here finding all these things that are bringing me back to the 90s.
How do you even, when you look at that, all of that digital stuff, all the stuff that you want to digitize, how do you sort the good from the bad and the ugly?
No, I mean, I'm trying to do that first, but then you often have to watch it, right? And then go, okay, this is...
So then if you're watching it, you might as well spend the time and digitize it.
Yeah, but then you watch, and then you go back to that time, right? And I'm seeing my class from Longsdale and the students whose names I can remember so clearly. I don't know because I had a younger brain then, but I can remember all their full names in my time there when I was a young man many years ago.
Many years ago.
And there you go. So that's been distracting me, right?
Yeah.
That's been kind of my focus, right? You know, I could go on. I could talk to you about some other. Oh, okay. Why? What do we? Why are we clicking our pen here? What?
I'm bored.
You're bored.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is all about you, and all you're doing is talking about.
A little jealousy here, is it?
No.
Oh.
No,
Mr. Hunt can't have his moment,
so
now he has to create his moment with his pen.
Listening to you.
Okay, young man.
Was that annoying?
Well, a little bit,
Did that bother you?
It's a pen.
Did that distract you?
It did distract me. It was a bit of a weapon of mass distraction, if you could call it that. And we've been doing some videos on weapons of mass distraction. I think teachers get it.
Yes. It's the things that... Well, in the classroom supplies, they almost seem like the devices or the materials to create something. So where you see a pencil, a student sees a drumstick.
Right.
Or... I don't know, where you see a water bottle.
Yes.
Maybe a student sees a swirling water tornado.
Yeah, sometimes they click those things too and get a bit of a percussion going. Or how about when they take their pencils and they get scissors?
Oh, get the scissors.
And start to create shavings off it.
That's right.
Before you know it, the pencil has gone down to almost nothing, and on their desk is this pile.
Amazing sawdust. It's this tactile.
Have you ever had them when they also take like the markers together, and you know how they stick together? And they can make these massive, in their mind, swords or towers or whatever.
Or basically something that, an extension arm that you can go and poke your neighbor with.
What are those things called that if you tear a hole in your 3-hole punch paper and you want to repair it with those?
Yes, they're like white adhesive reinforcements.
Well, I've never seen a child use it for that purpose.
Well, I don't even think the thing.
I don't know why
they don't know how.
Why do they have those? They don't need those.
And then, so they just put them on their face and look like a
confused
Dalmatian.
Some new form of measles or something, right?
Or the erasers that have yes, no, maybe, I don't know on them. So do I want to do work today? And they flip their eraser. No.
Do I like Mr. Hunt? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's going to be a good day.
Is Mr. Stubel's ideas, are they good? I don't know.
But you spend all this time talking to kids about, okay, don't bring these toys to school, don't bring that, but they don't need to have their own toys. They can turn anything, into some what we call weapons of mass distraction. And I think that's kind of our theme and our having fun with. And we've been making these TikTok videos, so I put them on Instagram too. There'll be more coming.
Yes.
That yours truly, Stunt Brothers, are kind of playing the characters of two students.
We get to be the students.
We do.
And
showing these different weapons.
It was fun. Yeah. It was fun being on the other side of the desk.
Yeah, so keep your eyes open for those. And we've got our theme for today, and we'll just somehow we're going to get a nugget out of this.
Yeah.
We'll try our best.
Something to learn from that.
There's the nugget sound. We're not there yet. Don't have the nugget.
Don't have the nugget yet.
We have the sound.
We have the sound.
Yes.
And so what we're talking about is distractions.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have necessarily be weapons of mass distraction. That's our episode title because we thought it was kind of clever.
Yes, we would.
But it can be other distractions. I mean,
Yes.
distractions are part of a day.
All right. Open a window in the summertime
Yeah.
and watch how the class goes nuts when a wasp
Oh my gosh.
flies in
I mean,
the
everything
room.
shuts down.
Right. Yes. So you can't teach anything, and it's sort of like, and there's always someone who isn't afraid of the wasp,
Yeah.
but pretends to be afraid
Right.
and runs around the room or anything.
Right. They're usually not the person that needs an EpiPen because they're, it's usually someone
Well,
that's
you should know who needs an
You
EpiPen in
should.
your class.
Or how about wintertime? Wintertime, that first snowflake that comes, just one comes down.
One snowflake comes.
This mass rush to the window.
Yes. Well, I was in a classroom as a substitute teacher at TTOC,
Yes.
and the class was really hard to keep focused. But they were doing some drawing. It was nice and quiet.
Yeah,
And there was
yeah.
a few students reading a book, and this boy took his shoe off. This is okay, but took his sock off. And so he's got his foot up on his chair and bare feet. He's playing with his toes.
Oh, okay.
And the student beside him goes like, really loud, "What? You're in bare feet?"
Yeah.
And the class is rather excitable. The entire class, like they've never seen a barefoot before.
The entire class.
The entire class. They turned their head, saw the barefoot, and they all ran to it like it was free pizza.
What did they just crowd around it?
Yes.
Like,
I mean,
look at
what
the bare
heck?
foot.
This is,
Wow.
Oh, he's got a foot. Look at, he's got 5 toes, just like, oh my gosh. But it was just one of the, it's like they were waiting for that moment. It's
Yeah.
like that spider that crawls across someone's desk.
Right. Yeah. No, that sets them up. And with the snowflake, I tend to be running up to the window with them. Right.
Yeah.
Let's all have a look.
Yeah.
And sometimes that helps. If you just
Well,
make it a thing.
Yeah.
They're excited. Hey, look at the snow.
That's right.
When I was at this one school, we were right in the woods, and sometimes a coyote would go by. We could see it, or a woodpecker, right?
Yeah.
So that might stop everything, but that's also
Yes.
okay. Like I
Yes.
think sometimes we're saying it's okay to have distractions, and you kind of have to learn to deal with them and make
That's
fun
right.
of them sometimes.
Yes.
Bring some humor in, and then maybe that might help minimize them or their impact.
And then there's always a way to establish some rationale, some reasoning, and some rules maybe where you can say like, okay, it is snowing,
Yeah.
right? We need to do some things, but maybe we can go outside for brain break
Yeah.
and catch snowflakes on our
Right.
tongue.
A
or
reward
just
for
do some kind of
an
reward.
hour of a good long time of work while the
get
snow's
something
coming
done.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be more snow.
But how about let's say you have a class and they're like you were earlier this episode and they're into the clicking the pen, right? Well, how do we deal with that kind of student? Because that could be kind of annoying. Mm-hmm. Do you just put up with it as a teacher? Do you think you just go, listen, okay, well, I'm just going to try to ignore it, or what?
Well, I can remember doing this once with a class where we had their binders. They opened up the binders to put the paper in and then click. And then as soon as they hear that click, it's like their eyes go huge. And they go like, oh, an annoying sound. And they go click, click. And I go like, oh. I said, okay, I want everyone to do this. I said, so everybody open up your binders. Okay, I'm going to time it. You have 1 minute to click your binders as much as you can.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And count how many times you do it.
Yeah.
And we'll see who it can be the champion binder clicker.
Well, maybe you could, like with the pens, you can create like a whole percussion section
Yes.
of the day, right? Where you just, okay, the last 5 minutes of the day, right? This has been an issue in this class. talk about it in a class meeting and maybe come to some agreement. It's really annoying when we're in the middle of math class, but get out your binders, get out your pens. What are some other things that you could use percussion with? Put on a good song.
And
right?
see if they can follow along.
And follow along.
Right.
And that might at least satisfy that percussion aspect they're bringing you to, which isn't such a bad thing because then you're getting into some music.
Okay, make a game out of it. Yeah, for
but
sure.
sometimes if you give it another place in time, that takes away, and then you can also focus on the quieter times in the day.
Yes.
Because
you do need to help your students to be able to regulate when there's not a lot of noise. I think a lot of students sort of they actually feel unnerved when
they find
it's
it
too
hard.
quiet.
They find it hard.
To concentrate when when there's no noise.
No, because I don't think they live in a world that has quiet anymore, right?
Yes.
So they're not used to that. And distractions are part of the day, and I do know. I mean, the 6-7 is certainly something going around. That's certainly a big one.
Yes.
But maybe if you approach it with a bit of humor sometimes, I think that one's starting to disappear because old guys are, they're a talk show host like Stephen Colbert. They're out there doing the 6-7, and I think kids are going, that was our thing.
Oh, I'm not doing that anymore.
I'm not doing that anymore.
I saw Mr. Hunt do it. I'm not going to do that.
Right?
He did it and looked creepy from my side.
So a little humor, right? A little
Yes.
bit of understanding sometimes makes it go away. I think with kids, because they're smart. They're smart. When they see they got something that gets adults, they make keep doing it up.
They milk it
it's
for a while.
It builds their confidence. It gives them a bit of sense of power. We all want a sense of power and control. So I think when they think they can do that and get away with it, and it gets to the teacher, they're
but if you don't let it get to you, and if it becomes a moment of laughter, right? Sort of say, okay, that's funny. Okay, let's get back. But I think we have our nugget here.
I think we do.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense what we're getting at,
so
right?
in the nugget, which is something that you can use in the classroom, something that can help you with your teaching and with your practice. I think the nugget that we're looking at is, finding the humor in those distractions and then finding ways in which that you can, with your class, negotiate or work through a way where you can give them opportunities to make that noise or see those snowflakes, but still get the things that need to be completed.
Yeah, because I think we're saying it's all right as a teacher to say there are times in this day that will be silent. That's okay.
Yes.
You don't have to go, wow, kids these days, they're doing 6-7 over there, and they're rushing to the windows to see the snow over there, and they're cooking their pencils over there, and they're making, what's that, slime?
Yes.
That became a big thing.
Pulling out bags of slime that they made at home.
In the 90s, that was my idea. It was a science thing, right? And suddenly, in 2010, 2012, I see kids coming with piles of it. And little containers and giving it away.
Yeah. Thank you, YouTube, and what else?
Yeah.
TikTok videos, something like that.
Right?
Yeah.
Didn't you say didn't one of your kids actually bring in slime and they were like, is it like a business?
They were selling it. The students would put in orders so the night before, and then so someone had an entrepreneurial spirit.
There's something to celebrate about that.
Okay, my costs are right, Ziploc bags,
Yeah.
but my mom and dad pay for them, and then the borax, the glue, and
it's like the lemonade stand, right?
Yes.
Modern lemonade stand. But it's okay to say you want times in the day when you have students who are focused and quiet. But I think if you approach it with a little bit of humor, bring these things up in class meetings, find ways to incorporate the distractions into a part of the day or part of the week. Even if it's like I remember it was a pajama party we were having, and kids said you could bring your stuffed animals in.
Yep.
Right? And they all brought their little teddy bears and little Smurfs and small little things. This one kid comes in with a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I think it was my size. It was my size. And he said, Mr. Stubel, can I have a chair for T-Rex, he's my buddy, right? He needs his own chair, right?
Yeah.
So because it was a special day, so
Yeah.
we had a special chair for this giant Tyrannosaurus Rex that was towering over all of us. But I think that gave it its place where next day he didn't bring it in.
Yes.
Right. He got it out of his system.
Right.
and it's just
Exactly.
part of
So
the
then
day.
you're making it into like a special day.
Yeah.
And you're looking at your students' social emotional needs.
Yes, yeah.
That being able to bring something in. I know in younger grades they have show and tell where
Mm-hmm.
it would be that student's day to bring something in that's important to them, and hopefully we often tell students not to bring anything that's of great value, that's
Mm-hmm.
expensive, that irreplaceable, things like that. But having special days and just having those opportunities where you can sort of get some of that out. And you can make it a memorable experience. You could take pictures, right?
Yeah.
Digitize them later in
Right.
your
So when
life.
you're an old man,
when
you
you're
can
an old
go,
man,
"Oh, there they are."
And then it becomes part of the whole experience of the school year. And then when you
Part of
do
that
a
culture.
slide, yes,
We've talked about building a class culture, but this is part of your culture.
It is.
These things that happen particularly just to your class at certain moments that you celebrate, it's so important.
you could pass out. Slime recipes. Who's got the best slime recipe?
Right.
And
Yeah.
and so then it doesn't become like these are the rules. Do not bring anything
Yeah.
in there. It's like these are the rules.
Yeah.
However, we will have some special days, and maybe we work on that. Special days, just before the Christmas time. I think before spring break or something. There's always
when they're starting to get kind of antsy, right? It's those
so this
moments.
is perfect time to do that and to acknowledge that they're kids and they
Yeah.
want to have fun
Yeah.
and they want to laugh and
Laugh,
share.
and we laugh with them, right? I
Yes.
think as teachers. So sometimes those
Yes.
moments are fun, and they actually make it more than just a job.
I remember wearing my pajamas to school for pajama day and bringing a stuffed animal that I had from my childhood.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and I carried it around with me, and they laughed.
Right,
They
yeah.
thought that was the most ridiculous thing they've ever seen.
So there you go. There's our nugget.
What's that sound?
What's that sound? How are we going to do homework? That's the homework board sound, and we have to come up with homework now. There's no field trip. We had a field trip
field
last
trip.
week. What will be the homework for the listening audience this week, Mr. Hunt?
We have to make it fun.
We have to make it fun. This
Okay.
is weapons of mass
Good.
distraction.
Why? Yeah. Homework board.
Right.
Ooh, I love my homework board. No.
Oh,
Like
you got
catchy?
the singing going, though.
Homework
There you go.
board.
Yeah.
Homework board. Are you going to give me some?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what is it?
No.
Are you going to give me some?
Okay. So how about for homework board,
Mm-hmm.
we have our listeners think back.
Oh.
Yeah.
To like
Back-
right back to when they were
right
a
back
child?
to when they were in elementary
When
school.
they were in elementary school. Okay.
For some of them, it might not be that long ago. For other people, it's hard to think back that
Way
far.
back.
Way back.
And what are they going to do when they think back?
Okay, and I'd like them to think about what was the one thing that they, when no one was looking at home, they sneak into their backpack to bring to school, to maybe take out and put in their desk.
This is good because like in rearview mirror, we're going to look back at some of the different changes over the years,
Yes.
right? And some of the different distractions. So I would love to hear from our
So
listeners.
what was your favorite
Wow.
weapon of mass distraction?
In the 70s when I went to school,
Yeah.
do you remember rubber cement?
Oh, I do.
It came in that glass jar, right? And first of all, it's no longer allowed because the fumes.
Wow. Yes. You
Kids
could,
would sniff that.
Yes.
So that was
yeah.
taken away for that. But you'd make it in bigger and bigger and bigger rubber balls.
Yes.
Some kids would put it near their nose to look kind of rude, like it
Yeah.
was coming from their nose.
Like boogers.
But, yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
But people would and then they would make these bouncy balls with it, right? And I used to do that. Somehow, I don't think maybe we all brought a bottle. Maybe that was one of your supplies, I
Yeah.
guess. And you'd just be slowly making this ball that got bigger and bigger. And because it was rubber, it bounced.
Yes, it bounced. I remember that
Yeah.
glue clearly, and I have a story to tell you about
Okay.
that. And in my elementary school, I believe around grade 8, because
Okay.
we had in Ontario, grade 8 was in elementary school.
Okay, right.
Right. And so we had, back in my day, we still had
Back
student
in my day,
teachers.
son.
And so we had a student teacher, and
Okay.
he was walking around the classroom. We were supposedly doing work.
But and weapon of mass
But
distraction.
the
got
weapon of
involved
mass
here.
distraction was be one of those rubber glue balls, and we had
So someone had made-
someone had made them,
Okay.
and then would break off little pieces and then throw them
Oh, yeah.
across the room, flick them at people. And this one student flicked it while the student teacher was talking, and it went right into his mouth.
Good thing he didn't die. Gonna get chokes on him. That could have been the end.
Yes. Well,
Whoa.
wow. The student teacher, after coughing and trying to figure out what the heck happened, and our teacher was not kind.
No. There was quite a
Yeah,
outrage was shown.
It did cause some
I can imagine.
some problems in the
There you
classroom.
go.
Yeah.
But well, we want listeners to share their distractions from the past. And we have a Facebook group, After the Bell, so you can share it there. And also on our website, stuntbrothers.ca, there'll be places you can share those ideas. And we would love to hear them. And then next episode, we'll share some of your own weapons of mass distraction from 1950, 1960, 1970, whatever era you grew up in as a child.
Because there's lots of stuff that was popular and people would bring to school.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's the detention hall sound. And I don't think, a lot of people would think, oh, detention hall, let's put weapons of mass distraction into the detention hall. But that's not what we're getting
That's
at
not
here.
what we're doing.
We're actually saying they're going to exist. They've always existed. It's more how do we contain it, make it work within the class. Some people may not like that. Some people would ban everything.
Yes.
So maybe it should be something to do with those that think we can ban all things.
If we can ban everything, if we ban everything, then we stop all the problems.
Yeah.
And then we could just get to work.
Yeah. Obviously you have to ban some things. You got to ban crack cocaine, right?
I don't know what it is with you. Zucchinis and crack cocaine.
It's my go-to extreme example, crack cocaine.
What's the extreme? Zucchini, crack cocaine, right?
So
gosh,
that's
help me, please.
So obviously there are some things you do ban, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
You need to ban those things,
Yes.
but not necessarily every little weapon of mass distraction, because as we know with kids, they'll figure out things,
Yes.
right? You'll come up with this. This is not allowed. Well, what are you going to do? Take away all the supplies, right?
Right.
So the idea of always banning, I don't think in school is a good one.
In the detention hall, what we're talking about is that extremism where it says ban everything,
Yes.
and with no negotiation.
Yeah.
And the idea is that we're still dealing with a very young population
We are.
of children who
Are
need to
learning.
find opportunities for joy and everything that you do. If you do a complete ban, where's the learning from that?
Mm-hmm.
If you do a sort of we're banning this for safety, right? But we're flexible here, and this is why. And then you allow them to understand, the continuum of, well, I understand why you can't bring this to school, but and you're allowing me to bring this to school at this particular time.
Yeah, because I think we've talked about weapons of mass distraction, but sometimes you have general rules that can help you deal with it. Because one of our TikTok videos we have is sitting on a high stack of chairs, right?
Yes.
Well, obviously, I don't think you need to ban kids specifically sitting on a high stack of chairs when you have rules about safety in your class.
Yes.
That's clearly not safe, so you say that, right?
Yes.
It's clearly not safe. If you start to get so specific about there's no sitting on more than 5 chairs, well, then they'll sit on 4 or 3 or 2. You just got to deal with safety, right? And they know
Yes.
that should not happen anyway in the class. But it was always fun as a kid to sit on that.
Oh,
top.
yes. The king of the classroom.
Well, and that's what a lot of it is about. It's just asserting your power, feeling like you're confident and you're in control in a world that sometimes feels like it's not in control.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the rearview mirror sound.
Tell us about that.
Well, rearview mirror is, we're looking forward. When we look in the rearview mirror, we see things in our past.
Oh, okay.
And so I thought this was pretty exciting. We're talking about weapons of mass distraction. So why don't we look at those things from our past
I've been doing a lot of that
we
lately.
might have smuggled into our backpacks to bring to school that caused some chaos or some distractions.
So we're going to go way back.
We'll go way back. We're going to go to the 60s because I'm a child from the 60s.
Oh, that's your time.
That's my time.
Okay, so what were some of the things from the 60s?
So from the 60s, silly putty. Right? And it is I think it's called the Newtonian fluid.
Okay.
Right? And it was made to...
That's when it's neither a solid nor a liquid
That's
kind of
correct.
thing? Yeah.
And it was originally made because they were looking for a replacement for rubber. And because during the war, World War II, rubber plantations were being occupied by enemy forces. And so there was a shortage of rubber. And so they tasked the scientists to say, find us a replacement for rubber from rubber trees. And so silly putty became the replacement that didn't work, but then someone marketed it as a toy.
It's funny, like stickies were that. It was supposed to be a super glue,
Yes.
but it didn't work, obviously. And they were going to throw it out, and someone thought, no, it's perfect. It's it's a very light glue, so silly putty. And I remember you could take it and you could actually put it over like a comic.
A comic.
Right?
Yes, and peel it off, and it would, I know.
So much fun.
I remember, things were simpler then. Mood rings.
Oh, gosh.
Right? So you would look at your ring, and due to your body heat, it would change colors.
I remember this girl in like grade 3. She'd say, Martin, you can tell I'm in a bad mood, can't you? I didn't know. Just look at my ring. Okay. I didn't know it was so accurate. Sorry.
Pet rocks.
Yep.
Yes, someone who walked along a beach, got a paper box, made a care and feeding of pet rocks, and made millions.
Yeah.
Yes. Slinkies.
Yeah.
I remember
Such a fabulous
the Slinky.
toy.
Yes. I remember playing
Never
with the
could
Slinky.
I, though, get it to go down the stairs as well as they did.
They did on TV.
Yeah, somehow it would make it 3 steps down, and that was it.
And then yo-yos. Yes.
That to me
and
is a
I
classic.
loved yo-yo. And again, it's a skill-based toy. So I like that.
No, and there was so much, and I still see yo-yos to this day.
Yes.
And there'd always be that. I think in the 50s as well, maybe that's when it first came along, they actually had yo-yo, like, gym presentations, and people would come and do all kinds of tricks.
Yo-yo clubs.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
70s, that's my childhood time. So I think that the idea of the slime first came along, but it was a store-bought slime, and it was certainly not, made by students who were bringing it in to sell themselves.
Yes.
Towards the end of the 70s is when Rubik's Cube kind of appeared.
Yes.
But there's always that kid that would pretend they did it really fast. They just peeled off all the stickers.
Yes.
And there was also, because of that, there was a lot of sticker collections. I do
Yes.
remember a lot of people would suddenly collect different things and have them all over the place, if not all over their face.
All over their notebooks. I can remember that.
Roller skates, bringing roller skates to school in North Vancouver and parts of BC. Stardust roller rink was always a big thing after school, to go down to the roller derby and have backwards skate and girls' shoes and all these memories I could tell about going down to the roller rink. Stardust memories.
Skateboards coming to school.
Yeah. No, that's when they first appeared. It's funny. Some things it's almost like they appear overnight. Mm-hmm. Like suddenly, I think I was grade 5 or 6, and suddenly all these kids on these skateboards. It was quite phenomenal. And Pogs. Pogs kind of appeared at that time. There was something to collect. Do you have hockey cards? because
Yes.
that became a big thing too,
And
collecting,
hockey
right?
cards, yes.
And it's funny because later on, I remember in the 90s, kids would bring hockey cards and they'd be in these perfect little envelopes, all plastic, separated. But we'd be down in the basement at Ridgeway where I went as a school, and we'd be playing card like games. If you landed on top of everybody else's, you'd win all those hockey cards, and it was just a rite of passage down there.
And baseball cards, I remember those too.
Yeah.
With the gum in it. Oh, yes.
And then how many people out there do you think probably have that Wayne Gretzky rookie card that their parents threw out, right? That could be worth a lot nowadays.
Yes. Okay, we're going to go to the 1980s.
Okay.
There's these things called Cush balls. I didn't know that was the name.
Okay.
But they're soft, squishy balls.
Right.
Yep.
I remember them. Yeah.
Okay. Slap bracelets.
Those you just slap it in your
They're
arm.
like a
they
little
kinda-
metal. They're fabric covered,
yeah.
and you just slap them on your arm.
Kids nowadays,
around.
they love those things.
Rubik's Cube was
Yeah,
still
that was probably
popular.
when I
It's at
first
their height of popularity.
Became most aware of it for sure.
Those ugly-looking Cabbage Patch Kids.
There's no beauty in
Which
some
were
of these things.
causing just,
No beauty.
to talk about parents,
Yeah.
at Christmas time fighting for Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah. There's that Arnold Schwarzenegger film that's kind of about him getting the last of a certain type of toy that's
Yes.
playing on that
Yep.
thing that happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the Nintendo Game Boy.
That was a game changer.
Yeah.
When that appeared. Wow.
Yes.
And then the 90s, and I've been stuck in the 90s with my digitization
Yes, you
going
have.
on. So I can remember a lot of these things. As I was a teacher, I started to see these distractions. So Tamagotchi, remember that?
I remember teaching a class and then having this weird sound go off.
Yeah.
And this student comes up to me and says, Mr. Hunt, I have to feed my pet. I said, what? I have to feed. If I don't feed my pet, it dies. And I,
Oh, the
all
anxiety,
right. So
the pressure.
what do you say, right? You say no, or you say, all right,
Yeah.
go feed your pet and then get back to work.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And Furbies was the other weird looking thing that came
Oh,
along.
yes.
And I was just listening to this CBC report about Furbies. And when they first came out, there was this whole theory that they were actually a device that was spying on people. The Chinese had developed it, and they had built in some listening device. And it was a legitimate thought, and it was investigated by the CIA. It was found not to be true, but they actually had a worry for a while. This was a way to gather information.
That came from the movie Gremlins, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did they use it for that? in
Yeah,
Gremlin?
well,
I guess
because
so. They did it on the
because the Gremlins was the kind of cute little thing, but then if it got wet, then it became this like ugly monster. kind of
Ugly
thing.
monster.
Yes.
And then the Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
And those slap bracelets were still
Still
popular. And then I started to remember all the pens, the gel pens. They suddenly appeared. And then the scratch and sniff stickers, right? Yeah, these kids just sniffing
There's
away.
a whole lot of stuff that happened. They had They had kind of scratch and sniff movies. You'd have a card.
Yeah.
Right? And the scene in the movie.
Oh,
you'd
they
scratch
tell you,
it.
smell now? One I liked that I remembered, I don't know if they were here earlier than the 90s, but hacky sacks.
Yes.
Even now, some people get so good at those things. I'm amazed with their feet and how they kick them up. And then yo-yos is one that to me kept coming back and back and back. And even when I taught in I think the 2000s, people would come and do demonstrations and then sell yo-yos to the class.
Yes.
And great way to make money too.
Yes. All right. In the 2000s, and here we are, tech decks. The number of times I saw those miniature skateboards
Oh, yeah. Oh,
on a desk, right?
with their fingers.
Finger
Oh, yeah,
skateboards,
they keep
doing
going.
tricks. Yes. Wonderful. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards.
Oh, I remember my son trying to teach me Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like the late 90s, and he's like 4 or 5. And I really felt like the rules were changing as we spoke. Like suddenly this was worth this many points, and that was worth that many points. And somehow, no matter what, I would not win. I would lose without fail.
Bratz dolls and collectible toys, kind of fashion dolls for trading and showing off, and silly bands.
Yep.
I remember having a little silly band loom, and my daughter spending hours putting them together.
Yeah.
It's like someone sits down and says, "Okay, we have 100,000 plus elastic bands. What do we do with them? Well, call them silly bands.
And and sometimes we say, "Oh, kids can't focus and concentrate nowadays." But if they find the right thing, they can focus just fine in many cases.
And then the next thing is iPods and MP3 players.
That certainly was a game changer. And then we'll just end with the 2010s, which I think that's not that long ago, but we're still talking, 15 years ago now.
Yes.
Fidget spinners, which I think, like a lot of things, they had a good purpose at first to deal with kids that had to fidget and move, and for certain students it's important, but it just seemed to be too many of them, too many types, and ones that caused a lot of noise, and that was not always done with a way that I think helped anyone, right?
Well, and I know that I tried to respect the student who got a fidget spinner, and the story was, well, Mr. Hunt, my mother bought this for me to help me focus. I said, okay, so you can spin it between your fingers under your desk, right? If that helps to wake you up and keep you focused, that's fine. But if you hold it above your head and spinning it and look at me, look at me, then that's not a fidget spinner anymore.
Yeah, I was always like that with the class. Like with even some would have to maybe have a pencil in their hand or a pen. They'd like to flip around when I was teaching or talking or reading. And I said that was fine. I understand some of you, your hands have to be engaged. But if I hear it, if you can't be dexterous enough to make that pen go through your fingers without dropping it every minute, then we have a problem.
Yeah, go home and practice.
Exactly. Slime was still around, and that was when I think it became really big with the internet and TikTok, and people started to make it more. Squishies, that squish feeling, my gosh. I mean, the problem is, this is the environmentalist in me. All these things that are plastic, I just see them always ending up in the landfill. And, 10,000 years from now, what will they think of our civilization with the things they find? Oh, and then the Hydro Flask bottles, like the water bottles changed. I guess the lid was different.
Yeah, the lid pops.
Yeah, and then there's that percussion we talked about.
Yes.
And poppets, right?
Oh, yes.
More fidget toys. So I think you can kind of see the theme that was developing, I think, in some of those toys. But that is our rear view mirror, looking back at some of those and many of those toys and weapons of mass distraction from the past. Been a lot of fun talking about weapons of mass distraction. And
yes.
You've made something there, I can see.
This is the Eraser Oracle 9000.
Eraser Oracle 9000. What does this do?
Yes. Well, you take an eraser. You put yes on one side.
Okay.
No on the other side.
Okay.
Put that maybe on the sides.
On the sides.
And on the ends, I don't know.
Okay, let's give this a try then. You got it? You want to try this?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Will we ever get paid for this podcast?
Maybe.
Okay. Here, let me try. I'm holding the Eraser Oracle
9000.
9000. Oh, the power. I can just feel holding
you
this.
You can see why people are captivated using it in the classroom.
No wonder.
Will Mr. Hunt give us homework?
Yeah, this says all.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got it. You asked me.
So will you ever stop talking about zucchini?
Okay. No.
Okay.
Okay, one more. You got the Oracle in your hand?
I have the Eraser Oracle 9000.
Okay, fantastic. Here we go. Will this episode ever end?
Let's find out.
Okay. This podcast is organic, taking shape with each episode. Building resiliency for teachers everywhere.
That sounds great.
And our website is stuntbrothers.ca.
That's stuntbrothers.ca.
We will chat again
after the bell.